Hey everyone, welcome back to Painting with Jay. As always, my name is Jay. So grab a brush, grab some models, grab some paints, and paint along. Let's rid the world of unpainted models and have a great time doing it. I'm going to ramble and paint some Ravenwing today. I'm going to continue on the Ravenwing I've been painting last week. My goal is to paint them over the next few weeks. That way over like a month, if I paint 18 Ravenwing, that's a pretty good average. You know, it's over half a model a day. So not bad. Not bad at all. So continue working on the whites of them and hopefully get that done today. And then we'll get started on other colors and have a good time. So let's get going. Yes. Alright, so here we go. I am working on the Ravenwing again. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm excited to paint up these guys. It'll be a lot of fun to have them ready to go for the tabletop. Using the battle reports and stuff. As I said, they are by far the strongest part of the Codex for Dark Angels. They're very good. And, I'm having fun playing some Combined Wing because they're not as cheesy as the Ravenwing. And as I said, the Deathwing aren't amazing. They're okay. You know, they're survivable. The only problem is the coming in turn 2 has really, I don't know, messed up the strategy a few times. But it's okay. So, we'll talk about that later today. And as always, just a quick commercial. If you really want to help support my videos, please either go check out The Warp. You know, a monthly subscription is as cheap as I think like $5 a month. Or please please consider contributing to my Patreon campaign, which the funds will be going towards, you know, free painting tutorials, and there will be one soon. I just got to finish editing it. And the How to Play 40K series, which I was able to get one last week. I was able to get one done. Yeah. So the funds will be put to very good use, I promise. So please consider that. I'm just going to have to be a little bit more vocal with my advertising for the Warp and for my Patreon, because it's through those two things that I think the future of my videos will survive. I really do. Or will exist, because unfortunately the free content just doesn't make enough. But that's okay. So onwards to painting what's happened over the last week, working on some Ravenwing, you know, good stuff like that. So let's start talking. Yeah, it's been a busy week as always. You know, I haven't been able to get much videos done this week, but I'll catch up on some today. And let me see. Try a different method. I wonder if just a quick overbrush would pick up on the edges and give it that appearance. So right now, I'm working on white scars. Just, yeah, that's better. Trying to figure it out, because if I go feather by feather, this is going to take me a long time. It'll look nice, but take a very long time. Yeah, busy week, a lot of work. Oh yeah, that looks good. I was able to get the, as I said, the Miniature Painting 101 done last week, which was nice. Not Miniature Painting 101, How to Play 40K. And it always feels good when I get that done. It really does. So I got to work on this week's, or the next episode of How to Play 40K, which is on blast templates. And then after that, I'm debating whether or not to go vehicles or the assault phase. Because the assault phase would tie a nice bow around it and like finish up the basic steps of 40K. And on top of that, the problem is there's a lot of overlap between assault phase and vehicles, because you can assault out of vehicles or assault a vehicle, or you know. So I might just do the assault phase and then do vehicles after that. A few parts on vehicles, moving with vehicles, shooting with vehicles, and then assaulting with vehicles, you know, and assaulting vehicles. That would be good. So, I have a basic idea of what the order will be. Yeah. Definitely. What else? I went to my nephew's birthday party last weekend. It was fun. It's always funny when I'm talking to my family doesn't really know what I do. It's kind of funny. They don't really understand miniature wargaming. So, and as I said, my mom has she doesn't really understand that I make money off it. So it's funny, but it's okay. I don't see my family very often, to be honest. I see them probably a few times a year. Christmas, Christmas time, and then like a couple birthdays. So that's all good. Yeah. It's just been a tiring week, to be honest. If I seem tired, I'm just, yeah, busy week. You know what I mean? One of those weeks. It's all good. You keep going, pushing yourself through. These Painting with Jays are, as I said, probably one of my favorite series to film. So I was excited to get the painting done this week. Yeah, this is going to take me a long time. I have to think about this. I don't know how I want to do these feathers. Because I'm working on this and I only have one guy done. Not even done yet. At this rate, I won't even get the whites done this episode. But if I don't, I'm still getting work done. You know, that's all good. So he's done. Good. You're done. Done, buddy. He's done. Good. You need to be done. So next one. Good. Yeah. Summer's over. It's officially fall. The leaves are changing. My house is hilarious for leaves, which I don't mind. It gives me, you know, it gets me outside. I like to do work outside. It's fun. But, yeah, like last year I put out just over 35, I'm pretty sure, bags, like those leaf bags. And it wasn't even like normal leaves. It was leaves that have already gone through a leaf blower and been, what's it called, mulch. So it's just because where my house resides on the street, we're at the very corner, and there's a double fence, and the wind just happens to blow very much in that direction towards our house. So we tend to accrue, and plus there's a giant tree on our property. So we tend to accrue a lot of leaves. So every day I like to go out for like an hour and rake up leaves and then mulch them and then put them in a garbage bag. It's become one of my hobbies now because yeah, I don't want to leave it all. Like last year I didn't do it for a while, and then all of a sudden I had to, like, in a period of a week, I had to do like 30 bags, and it was exhausting. So I haven't been able to film many battle reports lately. I still have a couple of battle reports that I have to put out. I'm just holding off on them for a little bit while I work on how to play 40k. They'll be out probably one of them will probably be out next week. I have two battle reports. One of them is at Dave's house. Dave, the guy from Bridge Northridge, who comes here and plays here a lot. I went and played a game at his house a little while ago. That was fun. And that'll be up soon. And I also have one against a gentleman named Trevor, who I played against his Khorne Demonkin, which was really fun to play with as well. Play against, because I've never played against Demonkin until that point. It was fun. I think the Demonkin really helped out the Khorne. Because Khorne is a pretty weak faction of Chaos Space Marines. What else? Yeah, there's some 40k news right now. A lot of rumors circulating about what's happening. It's been pretty much solidified. Well, the thing is, that new Tau gigantic a gargantuan monster creature is out now, but it's Forge World. So, and the release schedule for GW can be different from Forge World. So maybe that has put a kibosh on it. I still don't think so. I think Tau will be an October Codex. Probably next week we'll hear a release about it. Maybe by this point there's already been a release and I just haven't known yet because by the time this airs. But I think Tau will be next month, which is cool. As I said, I don't really mind Tau. I just hope that they do something to increase the fun of its playing style. Not just make it a turtle in the corner army, because armies that are just like that, they're not very fun. I don't think. In my opinion, they're just not very fun to play against, to play with. So that's okay. Hopefully they fix that, make it a more fun army to play. The funniest thing is I painted some of these guys when I was doing the battle reports for mini wargaming. And like I painted the original 3 when I did the first Dark Vengeance battle reports with Dave at mini wargaming years ago. So they actually have so much dust on them. I have to brush the dust off some of these models. Next one done. Oh, maybe I will finish the whites today, only because I've done some of the whites already. You know, not all the bikes need it. But and then I'll probably work on the metallics of the few bikes that I haven't. There's a couple bikes that I still need to do a shade and highlights on. Yeah, that'll be cool. What else? Yeah. So my nephew's birthday party was fun. Talked to my family for a bit. The funniest thing is, being a YouTuber, people assume that YouTubers are different, right? Some of them are entirely behind the camera, right? Some of them are entirely in front of the camera. Some of them are outgoing, some of them aren't, right? We're all different personalities. And I do consider myself a YouTuber, obviously, because most of my income comes from YouTube. Right? I think that's a fair thing to call myself a YouTuber. But because I'm a YouTuber, people assume certain qualities, and it's really funny, like, I've been asked to be the MC at a wedding before, and just because I'm a YouTuber, people assume, like, I'd be a good MC. Maybe because of my radio voice or something, I don't know. But I was like, oh, right, that was kind of weird. And I was asked to be, like, at the birthday party I went to, my sister asked me to be the videographer of her wedding reception, which I warned her. I said, you know what, I don't mind doing it for you, because she obviously, you know, she doesn't have that much money. Weddings are expensive. But I don't have that much money, so she wants to save money, and she couldn't afford a videographer for the wedding reception. So I told her, I said, you know what, I'll do it for you. If you really, really want, obviously, I'm not going to say no. That'd be a really jerky brother move. You know, say, hey, little sis, screw you. But I warned her. I said, you know what, if I don't have this equipment, you know, the audio is going to be not very good. Because as you know, like, in my How to Play 40k series, for example, the acoustics of the room aren't perfect, and you can tell that sometimes. Wedding receptions, like if you ever watched like wedding videos, or you know that it's just from a hand cam or from a phone, the problem is the microphones get overwhelmed by the sound, right? They can't like it just overwhelms the audio, and so it's that really, really loud bassy crap that that you know the video will be okay. Like all my video cameras can film at least at 720 or 1080p, but the audio will be not very good. And I warned her that. Now, like, my goal is using the funds from Patreon as well. I want, and obviously the Warp, but Patreon specifically, I want to get a lapel mic system, similar to the one they use at Mini Wargaming, for my How to Play 40K series, so that I can make sure the audio is really good in future videos, right? And so that'll be one of my goals. But a lapel mic is like $800, so it'll take a few, several months, unless the support of my Patreon goes skyrockets all of a sudden. Right? It's going to be expensive, so I have to get a lapel mic system, and I'm hoping that maybe if I get a lapel mic, by that point, maybe if I get like a handheld, once again, like they have at Mini Wargaming, I can just put that in front of the bride and groom at the wedding, and that will fix the problem, because it will remove all the feed, right, of the audio, except for that one mic. So that would fix it. So 2 purposes. Yeah. So that'll be interesting. Weddings. I haven't actually gone to a lot of weddings lately, which is good. I don't really, I don't mind going to weddings, but it's just busy. I have a wedding next weekend, actually, to be fair. So that'll be fun. Yeah. Weddings. What else is new? Sorry, yeah. Next month is apparently Tau. The release schedule probably means Tau next month. That'd be cool. But apparently there's this Horus Heresy box set that's going to come out eventually. And I'm excited for it. If that comes out, I will try my best to get it. I would love to play some games of... that didn't turn out well. I would love to play some games of Horus Heresy. Paint the models. Do some painting tutorials on it. That'd be kind of fun. And then play the game. I just haven't had, unfortunately, much time lately to film battle reports. And then on top of it, like, the guys who do a lot of battle reports with me are very busy right now. Like Stu, who's currently working on his Imperial Knights still. I can sense it. He's at, he is busy at his job, and Dave is busy, as Dave plans a lot of the local events for card games and other things, and he has 2 events a year. One's called Brawl in the Hall, which is 40K, and the other one's called Phantasm, which is like everything else, magic, games, everything, and that's this weekend coming up. Oh good, I'm done the white. I thought I wasn't going to be done the white in a while, and then 15 minutes later I'm done. It's because I was working on, oh no, I still have a few more left. A couple more. Yeah. Then I'll work on metallics, I guess. Yeah, so they've been really busy, so I just haven't had the chance to come down and film with me and stuff. And I'm really busy with my other job. Oh, here's something I could probably talk about. So, after a long amount of consideration, and some really unfortunate luck lately, I'm going to slow down my amount of commissions for the next little while. Not stopping for good at all. So I put up a notice on my Facebook page that I'm not accepting new commissions at the moment. And there's a few reasons for that. Number one, I've just been stupidly busy, and I think, as I said, I know that my schedule's only going to get worse over the next 4 months. To the end of the year at least. And it's getting harder to make videos, and I really want to dedicate my time to making videos. And I really love doing commissions, but I just can't do them sometimes, right? If I don't have time to do them, I'm the type of person that I don't dedicate myself to something unless I know I can do it. Right? I don't want to do something half enthused. So, and right now I'm just finishing up Dave's commission, and then I still have one quasi big one left for my friend Andy, which I've been working on with over the last about year, just slowly painting up his army. So that'll keep me busy enough. So I've decided that. And also, now here's the thing for anybody who emailed me and I didn't respond. A big jerk out there decided to spam my email address for Jaded Painting. Not Productions for some reason. And I'm hoping not giving the jerk the same idea. So my email got like spammed. And I have an anti-spam filter, but it just didn't hit it for some reason. So I got all these messages. And it was really annoying, so I just responded by deleting everything. And I think I already got one message from someone saying I never responded, so I'm guessing I deleted, maybe accidentally, some normal emails in there. And if so, I apologize. I do try my best to respond to every message I get via email within 1 to 2 business days. I really do. But sometimes it takes a little bit longer, maybe 3 or 4. But if I never respond, it's not intentional, I promise. I'm not a jerk. I do try to respond to every message, providing that it's a legit email. I really do. I really do try my best, but it's getting harder lately just with the amount of busyness I have. I try to spend about an hour each day answering emails and messages and stuff. And even that, I'll never finish. And there's some weeks I get like 50 emails from people. That's okay. That means that people wanted to ask me questions or help me. And that's cool. And I try to maintain, to my best, a relationship with my viewers. That's my goal. I always want to keep a relationship with the viewers. I'm just a one-man team. That's it. That's why I was saying I'm going to slow down from commissions for a little bit, because I just don't have time. I really don't. So, and I'm at a stage right now where this is a good time, like everything lined up at the same time, that all of a sudden my workload goes crazy, I need more money, and so I'm working more. And then it's at the same point where I don't have a lot of commissions lined up. In fact, I was winding down on some. So it was like, all right, everything's good. It's not like I have a bunch of people I'm going to screw over by taking forever or, not doing a good product or anything. So, but yeah, I'm going to take a break. I'll come back to it in probably the new year. I had a great time doing commissions this year. I've done a bunch of them, had a great time. Hopefully made some people smile, which is my goal. And I'm going to keep doing it in the future. And it wasn't, this time around, I definitely felt like I had better pricing so that it wasn't overwhelming my time and stuff, but I gotta go do work and do steady paycheck stuff. So. And that sucks, but it's the real world, and that's it. I'm not gonna complain. I understand completely that I have to live in the real world sometimes. I can't just make videos and have fun and do everything. So, and maybe one day I will. I don't think I'll ever be in the lap of luxury like mini wargaming or something, but maybe one day I'll be able to just do the videos and all will be good. Keeping up time. Okay, so Horse Heresy game. Yeah, that happens. I'm definitely going to see if I can pick up like a Horse Heresy game. That would be awesome. Apparently there's a good model count. I don't know how much it will be. That's the question. How much it will be will ultimately dictate it. But Horse Heresy apparently, or 30K, I guess people call it as well. But apparently the rules are very interesting, so it'd be cool to get myself into it. This year's been good for painting. been a good year. I painted a lot of models. I still have a lot left. Well, not a lot left, but yeah, actually, a good amount left. But I'm very proud of the amount of work I was able to accomplish this year, especially with my just painting with Jays. Over the last, painting with Jays been back for almost 12 months. In those 12 months, I've painted hundreds and hundreds of models, and that's just awesome to me because there's that many less models to paint in my workshop, and there is my armies are looking really nice. So yeah, I'm just gonna spend the next little while working on my Dark Angels, getting them back up to snuff, and then after that maybe I'll go back to Imperial Fists. Maybe I'll go back to Orcs. I've spent painting over these things. I've done everything but Grey Knights. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Pretty sure everything but Grey Knights. So that's done. The whites are done. Let's start on the metallics. And there's a few of them that haven't been shaded yet. That one hasn't been shaded. You can kind of tell by the priming which ones haven't. This one has not been shaded. That one definitely has not been shaded. I can kind of tell which ones have been. Alright. Nope. So today, the next goal is to do a non-oil shading on all the ones I haven't, and then dry brush. When the metallic's done, that'll be good, because that's a good step. And then I'll start working on the symbols. And these are very detailed models. That's been shaded. The flesh of maybe next to the flesh of all the captains. Or not the captains, the sergeants. Definitely shaded. 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 Yeah. And that's the thing. That's what I like to do when I have a bunch of miniatures with various stages of painting. I like to start with a color and make sure that all the stages are done, and then go through them all and just constantly go, okay, has this stage been done here? Has this stage been done here? Has this stage been done here? And if it hasn't been done, I do it all in the same ones. That way, I eventually get them all on that same page. So let's take our Null and Oil, which is running out. I gotta get more Null and Oil. I gotta make myself a shopping list of paints that I need. And yep, here's my Null and Oil. And so the step today, and I spilled my Null and Oil. Not a lot though, but I spilled a bit. Jay's losing his mind. Film at 11. Where's my paintbrush? There we go. So let's just add some shading to these guys. Yeah, so we'll see about the towel. Obviously I'll do a Codex review. It'll be nice to do Codex reviews again. Make sure that they get done. What else? Yeah, I'm kind of excited about the 30K. That's actually one of the things I'm really wanting to try. I think it'll be fun to play some games. So Stu, if you're out there, you gotta come by and play some 30K. Or James. Or Dave. 30K might be fun. That'll be good. Hoping eventually for a new Tyranid decks. That probably won't happen for a while. 7th edition Tyranid decks. They're probably going to be the last. It looks like they're probably going to be one of the last 7th edition Codices. Because the next one obviously is going to be Tau. And then after that is hopefully going to be Chaos Space Marines, because they really need one too. They are not doing too well. And after that, there's not that many codices left. There's Tyranids, there's Sisters of Battle / Adeptus Sororitas, there's Astra Militarum, which Astra Militarum should be coming up eventually soon, too, because they're the last Imperial army, other than Adeptus Sororitas, that need a 7th edition codex. Everyone else is done. All the Space Marines are done. And it's really crazy that they've actually done it where they've gotten all the Space Marine, codices done in such a short period of time. We're only a year into 7th edition, and all of the Space Marine codices are 7th edition, so that's pretty cool. Now, obviously, there's a huge difference between the codices that are Space Marines, but that's, I've discussed in previous videos. It's, it happens, unfortunately. You tend to find that whatever happens before the Vanilla Marines decks gets screwed over, whatever happens after the Vanilla Marines decks gets love. Dark Angels, yeah. The more I play Demi Company, though, you gotta play Demi Company. The strengths of the Demi Company for vanilla and Dark Angels are very different, because Dark Angels don't have access to a lot of the cool, like they don't have access to Centurions. But the Demi Company, I think the strength of Demi Company is the double Demi Company, where you can get a bunch of stuff for free. Then it's sweet, because then you get a bunch of free vehicles that you give las cannons to, and you drive around the field, shooting stuff for free, right, with all these vehicles. You give yourself like 8 free las cannon Razorbacks, and that'll do some damage. But the Demi Company itself isn't unbelievably strong, because it's composed of units that you wouldn't normally take unless you were spamming them or something like that. Like, some people would take Green Wing, but Green Wing was kind of the least taken Dark Angel wing. Most people either really loved the Ravenwing or really loved the Deathwing, because they were the interesting special wings of Dark Angels. So Green Wing itself isn't bad. Like, it's just not, but it's not unbelievably strong or something. It's particularly weak against many of the new 7th edition codices, because a lot of things can go through 3-up armor, and just they're not that survivable and stuff. But you can give them vehicles and stuff. It's cool. Like, they're not incredibly weak or anything, but they're just not. And then, you have to take a couple. For Dark Angels, you only have access to 2 different HQs for the Demi Company. You go Captain equivalent, which is Company Master, or you go the Chaplain. And the Chaplain for Dark Angels, you can't even give Terminator armor. Like, you can give Vanilla Marines. So, I don't know. Like, not many people would take a Chaplain. Now, I don't mind. I've been having fun playing with the Chaplain, because it wasn't a model that I would normally use, and I enjoy that. I do. But just as far as like competitive ability goes, a Chaplain is not your go-to HQ for a competitive list. Unfortunately, you can't take Belial or anyone in that slot like you can do for the vanillas. You can give Khan, or you can give Lysander, or you can give I don't think Pedro. Maybe not Pedro. Khan and Shrike. Well, I'll keep playing them. I love Dark Angels. I'm going to keep playing my Dark Angels. I've done a couple battle reports so far with Dark Angels. And it's been enjoyable so far. I'm going to keep playing them. The one thing I do like about the Combined Wing is that it's an interesting army, so you have to do a bunch of other, it's not just spamming one thing and dancing around your opponent, or spamming one thing and dying. So, I'm kind of intrigued, because the big tournament's coming up in a couple months here, and I'm wondering how many people will be bringing. Also, I'm wondering how many people will be bringing that crazy Tau thing of Doom. New gargantuan monster creature. But I'm also wondering how many people will be bringing Ravenwing or White Scars, because they're pretty competitive in tournament lists. Right now, a lot of the crazy tournament lists have been like Ravenwing mixed with Champions of Fenris. because then you have a bunch of guys on Thunderwolf Cavalry, and you have a bunch of guys on bikes. So everything's fast. Half your armies are incredibly hard hitting and quasi survivable, and the other is kind of, is very shooty and very survivable. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. Another one done. Oops. Did I do that side? Nope. It's just a spot. Good. And this one? Not done yet. That's it. Good. I'm blowing through these. This is good. Good stuff. Oh, man. Yeah. 36 minutes in. Good pacing. I'm still very much liking 40K. I know some people still hate on it. It's still the game they hate on, but GW is the company they hate on, but I love it. I really enjoy playing 40K right now. It's going to be good. Keep playing it. I like it. I do have a couple people coming over in a couple weeks. It'll be fun. I have Cody Rugan coming over to probably film another battle report. I think Mike is coming over too. It's going to be fun. 3 Orky players. It's going to be crazy. Chaotic and insane. Yes. Very much so. So that'll be a good time. Thanksgiving's coming up. I can't believe, like, the fall all of a sudden hits you. It's one of those seasons that just, oh my goodness, all of a sudden it's like, back to school, Halloween stuff, Thanksgiving stuff, and then in like a month, it'll be Christmas stuff. And, oh man, it's crazy how fast, companies are like, Christmas! Buy stuff now. Christmas time. And every year, I always say to myself that I'm going to shop early and get all my Christmas shopping done quickly. And it never happens. No. So while that's all drying, I'm going to start on the flesh areas of the of all the sergeants. Yeah, that'll get... Gotta keep moving, gotta keep painting. So right now I'm going to just use some rat skin flesh. It's my base color. And paint up the faces of all the sergeants. So where do we have sergeants? So one is here. One's here. Here. And here. Man, time goes by so fast, so fast. We're almost in October. It's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy sauce. I'll do 2 thin coats of rat skin flesh. Flesh is fun to paint up because it gives that look of realism. The model. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to paint after this. Probably more Greenwing or something. Get all the. I think it's a good idea to stop at a specific army now and just make sure all the models are looking good. Because they haven't my 2 armies that have really been beaten up are my Grey Knights and my Dark Angels. They don't look as good as they once did. All the basings falling off and stuff. And I think it'd be good to take a while, maybe the next month or so, and just get them all done. Stop and relax. And yeah, and move on. That'd be good. And then, instead after that, I don't know, maybe more Imperial Fists, probably go back to it. Because out of all the models I have right now, a lot of them are Imperial Fists to paint up. But I just really want to get these Ravenwing done and on the table. That way, they can be in battle reports. Yep, good. First coat done, the flesh. Let's do one more coat. See, this one good when they're done. I don't find the faces of these particular models to be nice. I don't think that out of all the sculpts, not the biggest fan of this one particular sculpt, but that's okay. I'm going to start. Basically, I'm going to make the decision in the next week or so if I want to do a competition piece for Adepticon, and if so, I'm going to order it soon. Give myself plenty of time. I want to make this thing look good. So, I think this year I'm going to try. I want to try and just see how I do. Have a good time, you know. Have a good time. So, once again, I don't think I'm going to sign up for many events at Adepticon for next year. Just go there and have fun, hang out with people, meet people, have a good time. That's the spirit of Adepticon. Look at him, looking good. a second to dry. Start the next layer color on this. For skin, I always go straight to best gore flesh. If you've seen any of my painting tutorials, I always go to best gore flesh and then shade it. That way the recesses aren't too extreme. So let's get some best gore flesh. This is good. As I said, these one guys are probably going to be my next one flesh color. Our next little while is going to be just them. But I'm hoping to get them done probably over like 4-week period, because then I can start on the next one. And I have about 30 or so Dark Angels Tactical Marines to work on, and that'll take me a little while. I don't know what level of detail I'm going to go with them, because the other ones are just dipped. I'm thinking I might just do the same. Just dip them. And that way they are quickly done. But we'll see. This week's painting tutorial, by the way, in case you want to go check out the warp, hint, hint, nudge, nudge. If you want to go check out the warp, this week's painting tutorial is a cipher model from Convergence of Cyrus faction of War Machine. It was a lot of fun to paint up. Not a very complex model. It's just cool looking. By far one of the worst models I've ever had to put together, because there's no instructions, and I was just like, this goes here. I also found myself being like, the left thing's connected to the right thing. You know, and that occasionally happens with privateer press models. You know, you don't get instructions on them. You're like, what the heck is this? Good. Yeah, maybe if I have time. I just haven't had time to work on these. Well, I did. Like, I worked on it for about an hour since last week's video, but I'm hoping to get as much done on these guys as possible over the next week as well. That way I can just keep going full throttle on them. No pun intended, because I'm doing Ravenwing. And yeah, get them done. In retrospect, I think that because Dark Angels are, the theme of their army is plasma, right? They're the plasma army. I still think they should have gotten some plasma special rule. Because plasma is good. It's a good weapon, but it has its downside. It gets hot. I still think like maybe Dark Angels should negate gets hot on like a 4-up or something, or they should have access to cheaper plasma. Slightly cheaper plasma, or slightly better plasma. Because they're the plasma army. It would make sense, right? Like Grey Knights are the force weapon army, so they have access to force weapons. Makes sense. But no. So I think they should. That's my theory on them. They should have access. The red thing's connected to my wristwatch. Give those a minute to dry. And then do a, I guess, Reikland flesh shade. Yeah, that makes sense. Just gotta find my Reikland flesh shade. Let's see, Rick's Earth shade. Reikland flesh shade. There we go. And the hour's almost up. We're at 50 minutes. It's crazy. They go by so fast at the time. But that's what I love. You just get tons of work done, and that's a good thing about painting with Jay. I just ramble. And maybe next time, like I'm excited. Maybe we'll talk about some new Tau stuff in the future videos, because it'll be cool to have new Tau. New army to talk about. I really do think one day eventually I'd like to collect AdMech. I love the look of them, especially Cult Mechanicus. I think they look really cool. Cult Mechanicus is a pretty cool army. They look cool. Their troops are cool looking. They have grab weapons. I realized after painting them that I painted over their mouth guards, but it's okay. I can easily clean up later with another color. And won't be too hard. Because I use a medium, they tend to dry really quickly here. And at least the humidity's gone for the summer, so paints are starting to dry at normal times, which is good. Yeah, very good. And yeah, no complaints. You know, just keep marching forward, working hard, get as many videos as I can out. Just some weeks like this week, it'll be harder than others, and you won't get as much content. I'm gonna try. I'll always try my best. Good. So this point, the metallics should be done drying the non-oil. So I'm just gonna do a quick dry brush of not Evil Scarlet, Ironbreaker. Over the metallics. That'll take up the rest of the time probably, because it's still not perfectly dry. That's okay though. So let's just do a quick dry brush. These areas. I'm going to clean up later with a couple other colors, so I can go a little bit more reckless than I normally do. Good. One done. Sorry if I'm not as talkative as normally. I'm just a bit tired today. That's all good. I will always. This is one of the series that I will fight myself. You know, I will always make myself do because I love painting, and I want to get work done with my own stuff. You do find that when you're a commission painter, you don't get as much done of your own stuff because you're always painting other people's. But I really enjoy it. As I said, I'm just taking a break from commission painting for a little bit to gather my thoughts, to get other stuff done because I'm going to be really busy, and I just don't have the time. That's okay. One day I will. Next I'll probably work on the reds. Reds or bone tones. The bone, I did the chest symbols bone for these guys. Inspired by the work on the box. And they're all done, done, done. Let's keep going with these guys. This is the one I just did. Nope, this one needs to be done. As you can see, slowly all these guys, because they're all at various stages, they're all going to line up again. Because I'm just doing one color at a time, making sure everyone has that color done, and then work on the next color. That's what I prefer. Other people like to, you know, you could finish up the ones that are a certain stage and then go back to the other ones and stuff, but that's just how I like to work. I like to make sure that they're all on the same level, and then just go color at a time until desired finish. Yeah. It's always fun when I talk about Thanksgiving around Americans, because Thanksgiving in the States is in late November, but in Canada it's in mid-October. So we have Thanksgiving, and then it goes Thanksgiving then Halloween, versus them where it's Thanksgiving then Christmas right afterwards. Good. Another one done. This is good. Actually got a good amount of work done in this video. And if I can get the flesh tones of these guys done, and probably the reds, I think would be good. The bone tones and the reds, if I get that done before next week, would be amazing. Because then maybe I should be finishing them up next week or the week after. Just good. This one's almost done, actually. This one I'm painting right now, but it's one of the ones I worked on for. This is one of the three I worked on for the videos that I did at Mini Wargaming. That's okay. It'll be done eventually. Done this. Yeah, I've had these models for a while, since the starting of 6th edition. So it'll be really nice to have these guys done. If I get all my Dark Angels done, that'd be really cool, because yeah, whole army just done painted. Turn attention next army. That's one of the downsides of being the jack of all trades person. Like most of the other 40k or even battle report players, right? You take them; they mostly only play like 1 or 2 armies max. I play a bunch, and so I don't get to focus on the same army a lot. Like I go through phases because of what's fun, interesting, what people want to see. Like right now, people really want to see Vanilla Marines and Dark Angels, because they aren't very well represented in other battle reports. So I'm playing them a lot, but I really want to get back to my orcs sometime, my Tyranids. I did a Grey Knights one recently, so that'll be up soon. The one with Dave was a Grey Knight one, Grey Knight versus Town. Yeah. After this step, I'm probably going to call it. Yeah, because we're about an hour. It's all good. Got work done, people. Oops, dropping my models left, right, and center. Drop it like it's hot. When the Ravenwing try to paint you, drop it like it's hot. Last one. And then we're... yeah, I think if I can get the red, I'll try to get the reds done before next week's episode. Reds and bone tones would be a huge step, and then it would be nice to get these models done. Yeah, their eyes done, for example, and stuff. So yeah, let's end now. Yes. So that concludes another episode of Painting with Jay. Hope you got stuff done. I hope you got as much done as I did. I'm working well on my Ravenwing. It's good stuff. I'm excited to get these guys done on the table, and maybe start some more Green Wing. Yeah, we'll have fun. It'll all be good. So thank you as always for watching. Most importantly, thank you for painting along with me, being my confidants. And yeah, and as always, I said, unfortunately, blatant advertising here. Please go check out the Warp or my Patreon campaign. It's through these two things that the future of my videos will exist. To keep doing this in the long run, I'll need the support of one of them. So thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this episode of Painting with Jay. Stay tuned for next week's episode. As always, until next time, this is Jay saying happy painting with me.